video, we'll be learning how to make the lusciest, creamiest, most decadent red velvet cake ever. So make sure you watch this video till the end because there's a lot to learn, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button. See you. So the first step is to measure 2.5 cups of flour into your mixing bowl. Please ensure that your mixing bowl is very clean, and make sure you sift your flour. You can't skip this process, so always sift your flour. Okay, 2.5 cups of flour. Next is to measure 1 teaspoon of baking powder and 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Sift them directly into the already sifted flour. Next is our red food coloring. So measure half teaspoon of red food coloring. Make sure you get a trusted brand from the market that works just fine for you. Next is to measure 1 teaspoon of cocoa powder. Sift it, make sure you sift it, and then you put it into the already sifted dry ingredients. And lastly, for the dry ingredients is our salt. So measure in half teaspoon of salt, and then you put it into the already sifted dry ingredients. At this point, you want to get your spatula, or maybe you have a turning stick, whatsoever you have, and then you mix the dry ingredients together just so they incorporate into each other very well. Next is to get your scale, a digital scale, manual scale, whatsoever scale you use. I use a digital scale, and then you put on a clean bowl on the scale. You want to reset your scale to 0 so that your measurements are accurate. Then you pour in 240 grams of sugar. You know, through the scale you'll be monitoring it, and then once it reaches 240, that's it. You stop there because that's the precise measurements we need. So mine went above 240, so I'll have to put it back to 240 grams because that's the measurement of sugar we need. 240 grams of sugar. So next is to add in your eggs. 2 eggs. You need 2 eggs for this recipe, so break in 2 eggs. I would advise to break the 2 eggs in a separate plate before adding it to your main ingredient, so in case the egg is spoiled, it doesn't spoil your cake. Then at this point, you want to mix the sugar and egg mixture together. So mix it together. You see, one thing I like about this recipe is that even if you don't have a mixer, whether it's a stand mixer or a hand mixer, it doesn't matter. You can use your whisk and your energy to mix this cake. And guys, this cake is so delicious. This is one of my best sellers for red velvet too. So I'm doing you guys a great favor. You're getting this for free. Come on. So if you're still watching and you've not subscribed to this channel, what exactly are you waiting for? Hit the subscribe button and be part of this family where you are getting free recipes, free talk, free stories, free gist. You know, everything is free and impactful. After you have mixed the sugar and egg mixture very well, you add in 1 cup and 1/4 cup of vegetable oil, groundnut oil. Okay, use a trusted brand, please, because if you do not use a trusted brand, this is where your cake will fail. Like your cake will just fall in the middle. So use a trusted brand. I use power oil, right, in the bottles. If you don't have the bottles, get the sachets, but just use a trusted brand. So you add in 1 cup and 1/4 cup of groundnut oil, and then you mix. Next up is to add 1 teaspoon of white vinegar into your wet ingredients. Also add in any flavor of your choice. So this is special milk flavor, 1 teaspoon. You can add in vanilla flavor, strawberry flavor, since you're working with red velvet cake. So 1 teaspoon of flavor into your wet ingredients, and then you mix. Into the wet ingredients, you want to add in 1 cup of whole milk into the wet ingredients, and then you mix. Mind you, you're still going to add another milk, but let's keep watching. So at this point, you want to turn in the wet ingredients into the dry ingredients, right? So just watch how I do it, and then you follow suit. So remember I said before that you'll still turn in another milk. So this is where you turn. This is the last ingredient. This is the last thing going into the cake. Half cup of another whole milk. Half cup, okay? So at this is the last thing going. At this point, you just want to gently fold in the batter. You don't want to over mix so that your cake does not come out hard like stone, right? So just gently mix, and our batter is ready. Oh my god, guys, are you looking at this lush red butter? You know, it's just giving the red velvet vibe. I mean, guys, so one of the first things I do before I start mixing my batter for a cake is to prep my ingredients and my pans, right? So you must have prepped your pans, you know, line it with parchment paper and dust with flour, you know, the regular. Okay, if you don't know how to do it, so you use you rub butter on the pans and then you dust with flour. And you also want to put a parchment paper down so that your cake comes out clean and, you know, dry. It doesn't stick to the pan, right? And ta-da! Our cake is ready. Oh my god, look at how it is looking. So sweet. I mean, you've not tasted it yet, but it's looking delicious. So you just want to remove the cake from the cake pans, but make sure it's cool a little so it doesn't burn your hands, right? So you just want to remove them from the cake pan so that they dry, they become cold. The essence of wrapping your cake in a cling film is the secret to moist cakes, right? You know, you cannot frost hot cakes. So before I put them in the fridge, I will put them in this cling film, and when I bring it out, it is so moist and so soft. You guys are gonna see the end results. So this is the end result of our yummy, lush, most decadent, softest red velvet cake. I hope you guys learned a thing or two. Thank you so much for watching to the end, and if you've not subscribed to this channel, kindly do so you get more of this kind of content. Okay, also I want you to comment down in the comment section any other recipe you want me to drop on this channel. I mean, if there's something you want to learn, there's a food recipe or cake recipe whatsoever, drop it in the comment section. I'll see it, I'll work on it, and then I'll prepare a video to drop for you guys for free. Okay, so thank you for sticking with us, and see you in our next video. Love you. Bye.